Welcome to this People tutorial, where I will guide you through how to use the platform as both an employee and a manager. This system helps streamline HR processes, from tracking work hours to managing expenses, training, and recruitment. Let's explore how it works. Starting with time recordings, this section allows employees to check their timestamps, while managers can monitor their team's records. Clock-ins and clock-outs can be recorded through Tonda devices or directly via the app if this feature is enabled in the authorizations. This is useful for employees working remotely or without access to a physical device. The calendar offers different views, with the default being weekly, but it can be switched to monthly, daily, or list format to better analyze recorded timestamps. Employees can also access personal data, such as contact details, salary, vacation days, attachments, and work hour balances. If I am a manager, I can check my team's work records, but unless I have specific permissions, I can only view the data without modifying it. Filters on the left allow for quick searches, making it easy to refine and find relevant information. Moving on to departments, this section provides an overview of all company departments, showing their cost centers and the designated department owner responsible for managing department information. This section is useful for identifying who is in charge of a department or checking its accounting cost center. Employees and managers only have view permissions and cannot modify this data. In the Employee section, I can access a complete list of workers. As a manager, I see my entire team along with key details, such as contact information, salary, vacation days, and work hour balances. At the bottom of each employee profile, the change log records every modification made to their profile, allowing for tracking of changes over time. This log is also available in multiple sections of People. Returning to the main Employee section, several quick access buttons provide additional functionality. The Performance Reviews button allows managers to evaluate employee progress and provide feedback. The Payroll button enables employees to download their own pay slips. The Organization Chart button shows the company hierarchy, displaying reporting relationships and team structures. Finally, the Balances button provides an overview of work hour balances, overtime, and vacation accruals. Managers can also view work shifts in the Shifts section. This section lists all predefined shifts, showing start and end times, total duration, and whether a shift extends into the next day. Managers can only view shifts and cannot modify them. Clicking on a shift opens its details, where I can check if it follows a fixed time range or a set duration. Handling absences is just as straightforward. Employees can submit absence requests, such as vacation days or remote work. Some absences require manager approval, like planned vacation days. When approval is needed, the manager receives a notification in the app and, if configured, an email. Notifications appear in the blue bar at the top under Notifications. While email notifications can be disabled, in-app notifications are always active. Submitting an absence request is simple. Clicking on the calendar allows selecting the absence type, start and end time, and confirming the request. Alternatively, dragging across the calendar defines the period visually, after which the absence type can be selected and confirmed. From the manager's perspective, when an employee submits a request, a notification appears. Clicking on it opens the request, allowing approval or rejection. I will now approve the vacation request. And now I will reject this request. Now let's switch to the employee's view. Once the request has been processed, if approved, the employee will see a thumbs-up icon. If rejected, a prohibition symbol will be displayed, indicating that the request was denied. After the manager has processed the requests, a notification also appears in the app, confirming the status update. In the Expenses section, employees can enter business-related expenses. The system differentiates between standard expenses, which are submitted after a purchase, and expense requests, which require prior approval for planned expenses. Adding an expense request is quick. Clicking New allows you to select Expense or Expense Request. Let's set Expense Request, entering a name and an estimated amount. If you wish to add more details, click on Add Details. Ensure to selecting the right category and uploading an attachment if necessary. The date, currency, and location can also be inserted. Some countries require listing colleagues or clients for tax compliance when reporting a business meal or others categories. Once is all set, click OK and then Submit. Once an expense request is submitted, it can be tracked to see whether it is pending, approved, rejected. Let's see at the manager side what is happening. The manager receives a notification in People. Clicking on it leads directly to the review page where he can approve or reject the expense request. On this screen, the manager can review the details of a submitted expense request. The request includes key information such as the employee's name, assigned manager, expense date, and the expense name. In the Items section, the manager can verify the specific details of the expense. If an attachment has been uploaded, it can be downloaded using the download icon on the right. If everything is correct, the manager can approve the expense. Otherwise, they can refuse it and provide a comment for the requester. Returning to the employee's view, now that the expense request has been approved, they receive a new notification. Additionally, an expense entry linked to the previously created expense request has been automatically opened. In this screen, receipts can be uploaded to document the incurred expenses. Once all expenses have been entered, the employee can submit the request. If the total expense amount is equal to or lower than the initially approved expense request and the manager remains the same, the expense is automatically approved. However, if the cost exceeds the originally approved amount, a new approval will be required before reimbursement can proceed. Approved expenses are reimbursed in payroll unless the Include in Payroll option was disabled during submission, in which case reimbursement must be handled manually outside People. The training section allows employees to browse company training courses and enroll in them. Opening a course provides details such as descriptions, attached materials, duration, and cost. Managers can also register employees for courses, which is particularly useful for mandatory training. The training manager can then oversee enrollments and organize sessions accordingly. By default, HR employees can access all training programs, while managers can only view and manage courses relevant to their team. For recruitment, the Open Positions section allows managers to create new job postings. Clicking New enables defining details such as title, location, salary, contract type, and requirements, along with specifying whether the position is public or internal. HR can also copy the catalog link to publish job postings externally on the company's website. Employees can browse listings and apply directly. Finally, in the Statistics section, managers can analyze HR data through interactive charts and visualizations. This section is available only to managers unless otherwise configured in the authorizations. Managers can only view statistics related to their team, ensuring restricted access to relevant personnel. Filters at the top refine data by selecting a time range or department, with quick selection options such as last week, last month, or year to date. The dashboard provides insights into workforce composition. The New Employees panel displays the number of hires in the selected period, while the Total Payrolls Amount panel shows payroll expenditure. Charts such as Employees by Position help visualize workforce distribution, while Employees by Contract Type categorize workers as full-time, part-time, or other types of contracts. Each graph supports drill-down functionality, meaning that clicking on a section reveals the individual employees included in that data set for a more detailed view. At the bottom, the worked hours graph presents total employee work hours over the selected period, helping track productivity trends. Since this section contains sensitive data, access is limited to managers unless specifically authorized. This ensures that only those with proper permissions can analyze these insights while maintaining data security. Now that you know how to use People, you are ready to manage your work and team more efficiently. Logging in and exploring the platform's features will make HR management smoother and more organized.